Hello friends. So in this video, we are going to discuss how to set up the VS Code for the Salesforce project. So this is one of the tasks when a developer starts for the Salesforce development because everything we do for the coding purposes or the customizations is using through the VS Code. So in order to start with this, so first we need to have the VS Code being set up in our laptop. So just make sure that you have installed your VS Code. So you can find that using the Google search for the VS Code and download it according to your system, whether it's a Mac or Windows, you can download it. So after you have downloaded it, other thing you need to make sure that you have also the Java being set up in your system. So download the Java. So you can find the Java from the Google itself from oracle.com. So you can download the Java and install it in your system. So these are the prerequisites. And after the, we need to have the command line interface for the Salesforce to be running. So that is the sfdx CLI. So make sure that you have downloaded the sfdx CLI. So Salesforce CLI is also called as sfdx CLI. So download this sfdx CLI for according to your systems, that is Mac OS or Windows. Download this and install it in your system. So installation process is simple. Just after downloading, you can click on the downloaded application and continue with all the steps followed with and finish it. So once you have downloaded the sfdx CLI, now you can navigate to the VS Code. Since I have already installed the VS Code, Java, and sfdx, I'm not going to give out them here. So let me open the VS Code. It's taking a time a little bit. Yeah, no worries. So after you have opened the VS Code, you are able to see here the terminal at the bottom. So after you have installed the sfdx CLI, make sure that the sfdx is up to date. So you might get the older version when you have downloaded, but make sure that you are now at the correct state. So what you can do is on this terminal, you can give a command. Let me wait for 2 minutes. Yeah, it's loading now. So type this command sfdx sfdx space update. So this will check if there is any updates needs to be done towards the CLI. It's okay. Here the CLI is nothing but how the interaction will be taken care between our system and towards the Salesforce. So that is being done through this sfdx. So I think it takes a time, checks if there is any update, so it will get installed. In the meanwhile time, so in the VS Code, you are able to see here in the left panel, there is something called extensions. Okay, so make sure you have installed Salesforce extension. Just type Salesforce extension. Sorry, my internet is getting trouble. So here in the right, you can see now there are some already apps being installed. So make sure that you have this app being installed in your system as well. So if you are able to install the Salesforce extension pack, then automatically the remaining apps are being installed along with this. So you can see here Lightning Web Components, Salesforce CLI integration, SLDS validator, Visual Force, SOQL. So these all will be pre-installed when you have this Salesforce extension has been installed. So make sure that you have installed the Salesforce extension application by just searching here the Salesforce extension, and you are able to install it. Yeah, it's saying install, but actually due to the network flow, it is being saying install, but it is had been installed in Melville. And in the bottom, you can see there is sfdx update, so which is making the update uh, from 7.94 to 7.134 version. So make sure that you have sfdx being updated properly. And once this update is happened, let me show. So now you can see that sfdx has been get updated. So after the sfdx has been get updated, now what we can do is now we have to connect our VS Code to our Salesforce project. So there is a shortcut commands you can use in order to connect them authorized to our Salesforce from the VS Code. Just use Command Shift P. So one second. Or Control Shift P. So here you can see create a project with manifest, sfdx create project with manifest. If you don't find this, just type it so that it will be automatically shown over here. So you can click on this create project with manifest, select any template. You can select MTR standard. So I'm going with standard. Just name your project with any project. So I am just naming it as training project. So now it will be asking where to choose this location to be stored, the project code where it should be stored. For now, I am storing it over the desktop. All right. So now you can see there is a project being created, and this is for the first time it will be shown. You can say yes, I trust the others. So here you can see this is the training project which has been created, and you can see here the Force app where you will find our class Apex classes, LWCs, triggers, and manifest as well. All right. So now our local repository, now our local system has created the project. Now you need to connect it to your Salesforce. So for this, you can type Command P and Command Shift P or Control Shift P, authorize an arc. So there is a command called sfdx authorize an arc. So once you click it, one second, I think there is some issue. Let me try again. Command Shift P. So here you can see three types of. You can see project default, which is states for the login.salesforce.com, and sandbox test.salesforce.com, and custom. So if you are using any sandboxes during your project development, you can use the custom login URL. Custom login URL in the sense the URL used when you want to log into your Salesforce through the sandbox or anything. So for now, I'm using a developer audition org, so I will use project default and give the authentication anyway. So I'm just giving the training. So once you send enter, now what happens is it will try to authorize to your arm. So it will redirect you to a Chrome browser if your default browser. So here my default browser is Chrome. So it will be redirecting to the Chrome browser and ask you to provide the credentials. Here you can see the login.salesforce.com URL has been initiated on my default browser. So here my default browser is Edge being set up. So it will be going to this Edge browser. So you can provide the credentials of which org you want to authenticate. So I have my credentials being here. Just click on login. Okay, it's asking for a verification. So I provided the authentication code. And here you can see it is asking for allow access. The Salesforce CLI is asking for the allow access. So just allow it. And your project is being accessed and authorized. Now you can see here the auth organization. You can see here the author is an org successful run. So it means your org is being synced with your VS Code. So that's it for this. So if you are interested towards learning more, you can please do a like, share, and subscribe this videos. Thank you everyone. Please do a like and share and subscribe.